Harris-Stowe can help you get your business. We'll explain that next on City Corner. I'm Steve Potter. Welcome to City Corner. Well, today we're going to examine something exciting, something new at Harris-Stowe State University. Please welcome Dr. Stacy G. Hollins. She's the Dean of the Anheuser-Busch School of Business there. Welcome, Dr. Hollins.
Thank you, Steve. So glad to be here. Thank you.
Glad to have you. What we're about to talk about today is all pretty much brand new and just getting underway, right?
That's right. That's right. It's been about a year.
Well, what do you mean? I said in the opening about Harris-Stowe can help you get your business.
Can help you get your business in order.
You got to say it that way, right?
You have to.
So what does that mean?
Really, well, I represent the School of Business, first of all, but we are also helping entrepreneurs in the community and students who are aspiring entrepreneurs. So we're working on some programming.
Well, and part of it isn't helping students that might not otherwise have these opportunities. That's an element of it.
That's one of the biggest elements of it, is really helping these under-resourced individuals and organizations get support and help they need in order to either start a new business or to scale up a business that they already have that they haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, but let's face it, even if you have resources, starting a business is challenging.
It is very challenging. It is. And you're most of the time in it by yourself. And so we plan on being a support system for those who feel like they're by themselves.
All right, we have a little video that we want to share with our audience that kind of gives an idea of what's going on at Harris-Stowe. So let's take a look at that.
Okay.
Harris-Stowe State University's Anheuser-Busch School of Business has been dedicated to academic excellence, as well as fostering new opportunities for growth and development since its inception.
Harris-Stowe's business program is different because we include experiential learning, which means our students learn both in and outside of the classroom. We have partners who work with us in industry who make sure that our students learn exactly what they need in order to be successful in business.
Opportunities range from case competitions to conferences and our formal internship program required for all scholars.
I've had several opportunities to build my resume at an undergraduate level through stackable credentials such as badges, HSSU certificates, and industry certifications.
The School of Business is aligned with Harris-Stowe's statewide mission in STEM and is elevating the T in STEM throughout its Management Information Systems program, now introducing tracks in cybersecurity, data analytics, and computer science.
My favorite part of being the Dean of the Anheuser-Busch School of Business is interacting with scholars. It's also making sure that programs and faculty are well prepared in order to prepare our students for the ever-changing workforce.
The dedicated and credentialed faculty who have worked in industry bring their experiences to the classroom, engaging scholars at a higher level.
The amount of teachers and staff members, faculty members I've met who have just been so welcoming when it came to me being in my freshman year, so now has been just outstanding.
I'm excited about the future of our Anheuser-Busch School of Business scholars.
Well, Dr. Hollins, like you said before, this is sort of a new thing for Harris-Stowe, this whole project. It seems like it must have taken years to put this together. What can you tell me a little bit about the background of who got this initial idea and how it all started?
So the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship is really something that Dr. Colin Smith, the president of Harris-Stowe, had envisioned. We've had a building on the corner of Compton and Olive for I think it's been about 4 years that we've owned it.
That's around Midtown, right?
Yes, yeah. It's right across the street from campus. So she wanted to do something in this building, and when I came to the School of Business, I was highly focused on entrepreneurship, and she knew she wanted a Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. So I immediately went to work to try to find some funding and partners, and to start getting this building up and running.
Well, how tough was that to sell this idea?
Oh my gosh. Everybody knows the importance of equity in entrepreneurship. We're
talking money.
We're talking capital.
Dollars.
Capital dollars. So across the nation, only about 2.4% of capital goes to Black and minority entrepreneurs across the nation, 2.4%. And so everybody knows the importance of making sure that Blacks and brown entrepreneurs are successful, but that they also start getting equity.
Would part of the problem, if maybe problem's the wrong word for it, would be that when you're talking about people who are in that position might not even think they have a chance of doing it, so they might not try. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. That's why we're moving forward with the project. So MECCA is a program that I kind of came up with in the living room one day, and it stands for Minority Entrepreneurship Collaborative Center for Advancement. It will only focus on Black and brown entrepreneurs because they don't have access to a lot of the resources that others may have, and they don't feel like they can do it because they haven't had a lot of the experiences that other people have had.
And do you try to help everybody, or do you eliminate some people? Because maybe some people have good ideas, some people don't. Does that matter?
It does matter, and which I'm so excited about our programming. And for that reason, it starts with life coaching. It starts with finding out if this is really what you want to and can achieve. There's an entrepreneur in all of us, but it really will depend on if you should be scaling, or if you can't scale, why? And if there are resources that can fill in those gaps, that's where we want to help.
Mm-hmm. Now, is it strictly for Harris-Stowe students?
No, we actually are, we did create a certificate program for our students, but we are also through MECCA creating certificates for community members as well. So we're pretty excited about one of our first partnerships with Castle, who are focused on justice-involved individuals. They used to be called ex-offenders, but now the term is justice-involved. And
I've never heard that term.
Yes, it's a new term that people are using. So, so now we're doing an accelerator with them so that we can help them with their dreams and goals as well.
You know, that's so beautiful, because I think sometimes if people kind of go down the wrong path, you can give up. But if somebody has a little spark of hope,
Absolutely.
like there's a chance, that can turn somebody around.
Absolutely. All it takes is for individuals to engage with them in a different environment. That's all.
Did you model this after, is there another college that's doing something like this? Or?
No, I've been an entrepreneur for many years, and many of my circles involve entrepreneurs, and we kind of know what have been gaps for us in this area. So we just started filling in the gaps that we know we experienced along this journey, and we're making sure that other folks don't have to experience some of those things.
Well, you mentioned that the center was a building that the college had owned for some time, and we've got some images here of, I think, the building in its past, very old ones.
Oh, yeah. I love these pictures. One of the architects actually went and did some archival
It kind of looks boarded up there?
Yeah. That's the 60s, but that's the 30s. It actually used to be a bakery and some kind of film studio as well.
Really?
So we will have some remnants in the new building of some of those things. So.
And I guess you had to do a total gut job on it.
Yes, we are. We just finished with abatement, and
here we go.
Yeah, we're in the process of. That's even before where we are now. So.
Is that your office?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Wow. How long did that take?
So it's still in process. We just finished abatement, and it's just been gutted, and we had to make sure we didn't have any harmful materials. So now they're getting ready to start building. So it goes before the board soon, and then we'll finish up. We plan to open in August of this year.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. Looking
And this is the exterior.
That's the exterior. It's right on the corner of Compton and Olive. And I just envision that as a place where we'll all gather and make connections and partnerships and get resources and help we need.
In the second portion of this program, we're going to talk about some lab sessions and see a few short examples of those. Set that up for us. What are we going to be looking at?
So one of our first programs was a lab series. We didn't want to call it a speaker series because everybody's tired of being spoken to. So we actually created a series where individuals that participated, even though it was on Zoom, actually got to participate in the series. So we had a few speakers. We had Michelle from Demi Blue, who created a nail polish because her mother had cancer. And the harmful materials were not helping her, so she stopped painting her fingernails.
You mean the components in the nail polish?
That's right. The chemicals in the nail polish she couldn't use it anymore because she had cancer and it was affecting her physically.
Wow.
So she knew her mother always loved to dress up and put on her nail polish, and she noticed that she wasn't doing that anymore. So she came up with a product. I mean, she had to work through supply chain management. She had to work through all of these different areas that she had never experienced before.
But maybe that's the kind of key to success, because that's something that touched her emotionally.
Absolutely.
And kind of gave her the fire to do it.
Yes. And that's what most entrepreneurs do. They go after the thing that they love to do. Then they realize, oh my God, this also includes accounting and marketing and all of those other things that we'll even have our students help them with.
When we look at these lab sessions in the next segment, there's also another lady, Precious is her first name?
Precious, the pitch killer.
And that lady knows how to pitch.
She knows how to pitch.
Where'd she come from?
Precious is actually from St. Louis and kept seeing all the great work we were doing at Harris-Stowe. And she just reached out on LinkedIn and sold herself like she does because she's a pitch master. Mm-hmm. And I had to have her, so I included her in that first lab series. And the students and the community actually very much so loved her. So,
So do people enroll in this any time, or is it like, is there a certain season, like you would go to class?
No, so we do have, again, the entrepreneurship certificate where students are actually enrolled in Harris-Stowe, and they are getting a certificate. But for the community, there's always events going on. So, for instance, right now we have coming up a pitch training workshop. So they'll go through 5 sessions until they actually perfect a pitch themselves. So there's always program to get engaged in, and it's always on our website. So.
All right. Well, Harris-Stowe State University can help you get your business, right?
That's right.
All right. We're going to take a short break and come back and explain that more. City Corners continues right after this.
The Missouri Botanical Garden is loved by green thumbs and non-gardening types alike because you can play. You can relax. And there's always something new to experience, no matter the time of day or the season. And learn about conservation and one-of-a-kind plants. So come and experience St. Louis.
Operation Wonder Park is a go!
There's nothing more powerful than imagination. But don't just imagine. Use STEM to change the world.
Who's with me?
It's gonna hurt tomorrow.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
What I love about St. Louis is the 79 unique neighborhoods nestled into 108 city parks, including Forest Park, which is actually larger than Central Park in New York, and of course, the beautiful Tower Grove Park where I'm at now. Oh, the St. Louis Blues. We've got the St. Louis Surge, 2-time WBCBL champions. We've got Harris-Stowe, WashU, St. Louis University, and of course, the 11-time World Series champion, St. Louis Cardinals. So come experience St. Louis.
It's so sad. It's good. It's not.
I'm Steve Potter. Welcome back to City Corner. And today we're talking to Dr. Stacy Hollins from Harris-Stowe State University about a new program, a new initiative that really is, in my words, helping people fulfill their dreams.
That's absolutely right. I'm glad you put it that way. I always think about the work aspect of it, but it really is. That's what entrepreneurs are doing is going after their dreams.
And I know from watching some of the videos myself, I can just see the spark in some of their eyes, how exciting it is.
Yeah. A lot of people are excited about coming back and giving to Harris-Stowe too. We've had some wonderful individuals that left, had graduated from Harris-Stowe and are now doing the things that we need help with. And they love coming back to be examples and to help our scholars and our community.
Just to remind our audience, it's Harris-Stowe State University, the new center, and I have to look at it so I get it right because it's a mouthful.
I got you.
It's the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and it has a new initiative that we're talking about, the Minority Entrepreneurship Collaborative
Center for Advancement.
Yeah. And how many young people are involved at this point?
Oh, we have all of our scholars are engaged. We have many community members. We've probably already touched in this first year about 1,000 individuals. And that's through workshops, that's through programming, that's through mentoring, that's through making partnerships and connections for individuals. But we really are just trying to meet everybody where they are and whatever they need.
And I just want to go over some of the facts again because why it's important that you're doing this and the people why you're targeting the community you're targeting, because it makes a difference. According to a report, only 4% of Black-owned businesses in the U.S. survive past the startup stage.
That's it.
That's like almost nothing.
That's it. Oftentimes they run out of capital or don't have the resources to do the marketing they need, and that's exactly where the center will jump in and support and fill those gaps, is all those areas. You know, if you're a cook, then you want to go cook. You don't want to do the finances. You don't want to do the marketing.
Right.
And so that's what the center will be all about, is filling in those gaps so that they can achieve those dreams.
Well, if I'm a young person interested in this, how concrete do my ideas have to be about it? Do you help me focus, or do I have to be pretty focused before I even get there?
We are meeting you, and first of all, you don't have to be a young person. You can be any person. We are meeting you exactly where you are. We will have, and we have had, entrepreneurs who have an idea. We have a partnership with WashU where we've been going to do Idea Bounce, which is where they learn about pitching and things like that and starting a business, all the way to those entrepreneurs who have been in business for a long time but don't know how to scale up.
How long do these lab sessions actually last?
So lab session, that was our first fall lab series, and each session was 1 hour.
And what we're going to share with our viewers today is we have like little 1-minute sections of those sessions just so they can kind of get an idea. So these are all things that have happened, and later I know you've got some things coming up I'll ask you about. But this first one involves a lady by Michelle, and it's dealing with the topic of cancer.
Yeah.
You mentioned that in the first part of the program.
But that's Michelle, and her mother had cancer, and she wanted to get those, she wanted to create a nail polish that didn't have those chemicals.
So we're going to share this part of a lab session. So it's her with some of the students, and they're just going back and forth.
Yes, that's right. So we actually invited the community and students to meet with her and for her to share her journey and ask any questions of her.
Let's take a look at this first one.
I decided to tap into what I thought could be a great niche for me. I tried to discover what it would be that I would be good at transitioning into the cosmetic industry. And so I read this article, and I'm sharing it with you guys because as future entrepreneurs or current entrepreneurs, it's important to discover really what your niche is when you're going into business, and what problem are you solving, or what is it that you're trying to accomplish when you're creating a business as a small business owner, and how you can be unique in that particular business. And so, next slide, I decided nail polish was going to be my why.
You know how she's doing now?
She's doing great. And you know, she hit on such a great point and showed us how we are meeting them where they are. So she's saying, you know, you might want to start a business, but it's important you determine what differentiates your business.
Right, because if it's like a restaurant, it's one thing to want to open a restaurant, but maybe you want to, it's got to be real specific. What makes you different than everybody else?
Exactly,
right?
and oftentimes they don't think about those things. They just are good at what they are good at and love what they do.
And haven't you noticed, too, I've known people that were very talented and into what they're doing. I think you kind of made this point earlier, but pitching it and selling it is not their strong point. It's doing the actual thing, but you've got to have both parts of the equation.
That's right. You've got to be ready to tell your story, and people have to be ready to buy it, which means it has to be a prepared story that really can touch the heart of somebody who might invest in you.
Okay, we have more from this one on Michelle. Is this from the same session?
Yes, it is. It is.
They're just kind of touching on a different topic. All right, let's check that.
So the next question comes from Mr. Den. I think he's asking, this was born of your love of your mother and trying to help her with cancer, but it's all natural. So are you expanding beyond people who have cancer and because it's all natural, what other kind of markets are you looking at?
Absolutely. Originally, I targeted a particular market because that's kind of where the inception of the brand came from, right? Really trying to hone in on the importance of us looking at the chemicals and how they impact our body. And so that, for me, that health conscious environment that those cancer survivors were very key in getting the product out there, right?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm really inspired by her because it was not only, usually people go into business for money or for the love of what they do, but this is really a true cause that'll help a lot of people across the country.
Well, Dr. Hollins, earlier you mentioned that you kind of came from a business background. Were your parents small business owners? Or?
Yes, my father was a barber that everybody knew in the neighborhood all his life, and my mother raised me. She's worked for government for 35 years. I started as my grandmother's secretary when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
So I've been in business since I was 13.
I think they picked the right person for the job here. We've got a couple more lab sessions. This next one, we have two. We'll look at the first one first. But there's a lady by the name of Precious, and she's got spark.
Yes, she does.
And so why don't we just watch this first segment from her session?
Stuff together. But why is it important more than ever for you to step up your game when it comes to pitching right now? Can I get a volunteer? I know I'm not scaring y'all, so I know I'm going to hurt somebody.
Hey, my name is Abu Ghali, and I believe pitching is very important to step up your game because you're representing yourself, not only yourself, but you're representing your business. So pitching is what really gets your sales and, shows how important you see your business and why your business is important and why it could help the customer or who we're pitching to. So pitching is essential, it's very important. And for you to have a very good pitch, it could lead to, a lot of very, very good things for your business and for sales. So,
well, thank you, Mr. Ghali, again. Clapping for you. Yes, it is so important.
That makes a lot of sense because you can have a really good idea or a passion, but if you can't pitch it, that's a big part of the equation.
Yeah, you have to be able to tell your story of your why.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
And act excited.
That's right.
Not act excited, be genuinely excited.
Exactly.
Right.
And often they are. They just don't know how to share that with other individuals.
Well, I bet Precious has a interesting background.
She does. She has a large following, and she's very passionate about what she does.
We have one more segment from a session with Precious.
Okay.
Let's share that with our audience.
Her pitch.
Her pitch.
Let's go.
All right. Ladies, raise your hands if you want to be a bad bitch with the power pitch. Yes, I really want y'all to raise your hands. And you can clutch the pearls too, because I'm about to go in. Fellas, raise your hands if you want to be a bad man with a master pitching plan. I want to see some hands up. Well, you've come to the right place. My name is Precious Williams, and I am the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. I'm affectionately known as what? The killer. I don't know if y'all can even see the killer pitch master. And I will help you slay all competition with a killer pitch. It doesn't matter if you want to know where the money reside. Y'all want investor dollars in your company? Come check me out. If you want to know what to say at networking events so that people are in the comments, because you know we're doing this virtual, wanting to meet up with you and talk more about what you do, you need to come check us out at Perfect Pitches by Precious. If you want media attention, whether it's hyper-local, local, national, or international, I can show you how to do that with a killer media pitch. Now, let's say you want to interview for the job of your dream or the position of your dreams. You need an interview pitch. And let's say you're a speaker and the phone ain't ringing, emails ain't popping, nobody's reaching out to you. I want to show you how to become #book busy and paid as a speaker. And finally, if you're an entrepreneur, I know y'all want to know how to create the most killer sales pitch that will bait, attract, and close your most ideal prospects and turn them into what? Repeat customers and clients. So again, my name is Precious Williams, and as a 13-time national elevator pitch champion who's appeared on Shark Tank, yes, season 8 in 2016, Forbes magazine, CNN, Wall Street Journal, Black Enterprise, Essence magazine, and the list goes on and on. I'm a corporate trainer for LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, Federal Reserve Bank. And yeah, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I graduated from Beaumont High School, 3836 Natural Bridge Road. And I grew up being told I could never be what I am today. But I'm standing before you tall and strong, coming out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm like that international woman of mystery. I fly all over the world like an Instagram thotty, teaching and training at the biggest companies in the world. And yes, I'm from the Midwest. I ain't changed my accent for nothing. And that's why I would tell you, my thing is to show you how to turn your perceived flaws into your secret weapon. Why they never see you coming. So if you want to learn how to pitch with the best, you want to be a bad bitch with a power pitch or a bad man with a master pitching plan, come to the best that's ever done it. My name is Precious Williams. I am the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. Thank you.
Number one, I'll buy anything she's selling. And number two, I think her earrings make a statement. In the time we have left, though, I think there's something new happening, and I want you to let people know how they can get involved in this.
So we just started today, our pitch training workshop. It's a 5-session series, and just go to hssu.edu/CIE for all of the upcoming programs.
And you know what? I'm going to also plug, you've had sponsors or partners in this.
Yes.
Maybe you want to give a quick shout out.
PNC has been a tremendous
bank.
support. That's right, support, and just donated $450,000 for programming. Perina just donated $40,000. We have so many great partners. I shouldn't call names because we have so many, but we have so many people supporting the cause for low to moderate income minorities.
Well, Dr. Hollins, I have a feeling what you're doing there at Harris-Stowe is going to change some lives, all in a good way, and I want to thank you for sharing that and wish you the best of luck. This is going to be an adventure for you.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me today.
Dr. Stacy Hollins. I'm Steve Potter. Thanks for watching this edition of City Corner, and we hope you join us next time. Bye. So.